Well, hello! 2017! Whole new year! I hope you've got it off to a good start so far and lots of stuff planned. I have lots of new and exciting things going on around here and lots to share over the coming months. First of all, I've got a new camera that I'm filming with today. I've got a new knife that I will be chopping with today. And I've even got a new name! Veganook is all about vegan cooking to put some wow in your mouth, because there is no reason that healthy and vegan meals need to be boring. Am I right? We've been doing this for years now, so let's show everybody what we can do with these foods. Starting with a recipe to start off your year right, we're gonna make a pumpkin coconut ginger soup. Beautifully warming, delicious, and nourishing. Coming out of the holidays, I know we all are looking for stuff that's a little bit more cleansing, but that's also going to keep us warm and give us the energy that we need. Because some things will never change here. I will always be vegan, I will always be doing things healthy and whole foods, and we will always be having fun making delicious vegan meals. So let's get started. Start by getting a pot of water boiling, and then we're gonna take our pumpkin, scoop out the seeds, and you can either roast or compost these. Then let's take the skin off this pumpkin. So while that's simmering over there, take a piece of ginger about yay big and take a grater. This kind of grater works the best because it's going to rip up your ginger and you can just squeeze the juice out. If you don't have one of these, you can try with a microplane, but it's not going to get the same kind of juice from the ginger. Or you can use a juicer if you have one. I like to grate it. Now, everything is going to get added to the blender along with about 200 milliliters of water. So I'm going to take my ginger here. I'm just going to squeeze it. And look at that beautiful juice coming right out to give our soup some spice, some flavor, some zing. And in Chinese medicine, ginger is a warming food. So for the winter, it's a great option instead of garlic, which is actually cooling. Also into the blender, about half a can of coconut milk. And a new feature on my recipe club is that you can search by ingredients. So if you've got half a can of coconut milk or you've got a little piece of ginger left over, you can actually search by ingredient and come up with other recipes that have those in them. Pretty awesome! That's over on Veganook. Then I'm going to take some parsley and I'm going to cut the stems off for this because I'm blending them, and stems tend to be a little bit more fibrous and they don't really blend up very well. So I'm just going to pull them off like that. I've got fresh parsley from my garden because I'm lucky like that. And I've also got some fresh mint from my garden. So I'm going to throw some of that in because I've been terrible at not using it lately. What's wrong with me? Last but not least, I'm going to boost the nutrient density and decrease the calorie density by throwing some zucchini in there. You can steam that or you can put it in raw, whatever you prefer. Alright, so that's still just simmering until it gets soft. In the meantime, let's make some candied walnuts. So I've got a dry pan here. I'm going to turn it up to medium-high, and I'm going to wait for that to heat up. I've got some coconut sugar, some cinnamon, and some nutmeg to season them. So I am going to toss some walnuts in there. I'm going to do just enough walnuts to cover the bottom of this pan. Otherwise they won't cook evenly. Now there's no oil in this pan, so these walnuts are essentially naked on the heat. So you got to keep them moving to make sure that they don't burn on here. So just keep an eye on them the whole time they're in here. We just want to heat them up so that they toast a little bit. You'll smell it coming up when this is happening. You might see them turning a little bit more brown than they already are. It's harder with walnuts because they're not as visibly browning, but you should smell it. Oh, you'll also hear, I'm hearing right now, the very slightest little crackle of their skins as they toast. So you might hear that if you listen carefully. Okay, now that they are toasting, I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon on here. A little bit of nutmeg. Woo. Make sure that doesn't burn. You might want to turn it down at this point because it's getting hot. And then I'm going to put a little bit of water because I'm using coconut sugar. Because I'm using coconut sugar, I need to have some liquid in there. If you use something like maple syrup, you could just glaze them with that and not use any water. You just need a little bit of liquid for that to coat the walnuts. So now that's going to bubble and sizzle, and you want all of that water to evaporate. Now as this gets to the end of glazing, it's going to look scary because your pan's going to be all crazy and brown, and this is going to be caramelizing onto your pan. But don't worry, I'll show you a trick in a sec. Get it right to the end. When the last little bits of liquid are sizzling there, you want to stir things to make sure you get your walnuts as coated as possible. Don't read anything more into that, and then you're going to take it off. Get this out. And then, while that is still hot, deglaze it with water, and that'll wash up no problem. Okay, and how is our pumpkin doing? Oh goodness, very, very soft. So, you can turn that off, strain it, and get it in the blender. There is our pumpkin all done. Get that in the blender. Being careful not to splash yourself. Or if you have a hand blender or an immersion blender, use that. So then I'm just going to put a little bit of seasoning in, blend it up, taste it, and see if I need any more seasoning. I'm going to use some ground thyme. I'm going to use, not cinnamon, I'm going to use a little bit of nutmeg to go with our walnuts. And a little bit more sea salt. And blend. I'm stopping it while it's smooth, but it's still got a few little chunks of parsley and mint rather than totally blend it up. Taste test, see if we need anything else. Oh man, that is really good. That is really good. Personally, I'm gonna double the ginger in here because I like ginger. But if you like it creamy, soft, this is the measurement to go for. When you've got it to your liking and you're ready to serve, pour out a nice big bowl and then top it off with a few walnuts. They sink. You might have to create a mound. Yum! Well, there's dinner for me set. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Get your year off to a fantastic start with a nourishing, warming pumpkin coconut ginger soup. And be sure to check out Veganook for my new recipe club, where you'll find this recipe plus tons more from my website, from my meal plans, from the back of my head that never get filmed or posted. And they all come with nutritional details, as well as a function where you can plan out your own meal plan and generate a shopping list. Lots of cool functions going on there. Check it out. I'll put a link down below this video. Leave me a thumbs up if you like the video. Leave me a comment if you have anything to say or ask. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can get all the new recipes and the vegan nutrition tips and the inspiration that I'm going to share this year, because I'm really excited. It's going to be a good year. See you soon. Veganook, yeah. Veganook, yeah. Veganook, yeah. Veganook, yeah.